listening to KCOU Columbia, now available in fantastic smell-o-vision.
Back in studio, this is the Riot with DJ
Hey,
Smooth.
this is Russ from Rhymes Like Dimes, and I'm excited to inform you that waves are making...
And our guest, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people?
Yo, what up? My name's Calvin Tiger.
Calvin Tiger in the studio. I don't know what just happened with the audio there, but we'll just ignore that because we have Calvin Tiger in the building. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, like who you are, what you do, and why you're so freaking great at what you do.
All right, Basically, I'm a songwriter who can't sing, so that leaves me with hip-hop, and I'm from St. Louis. I went to school out in Fulton. I just got a degree in filmmaking, and the reason why I'm so good at what I do is because I put so much time and effort into it. I don't take shortcuts. I don't believe in shortcuts, and I know that I'm going to reach success no matter what, so, I'm just driven. It's there. I'm going to be there no matter what, so...
I feel you got that Batman kind of drive.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a vigilante, dude. I'm taking out, sucker MCs one night at a time.
That's what's up. So, what got you started in the hip hop? Like, where did you start from, and what kind of like, I guess if there was a single moment that kind of pushed you, like, yeah, this is definitely what I'm doing. What was that?
Probably my second show. I made this track like joking around, just messing around, and I showed it to this guy Jimmy Spitz. He's pretty popular in Columbia with like the poetry slams and whatnot. He does a little bit of hip hop, and I showed it to him. He's like, "Oh, who's that?" I was like, "Oh, that's me." And so he's like, "Oh, you should come play a show with us." And I was really unsure about it, and he's like, "All right, we got about a month. Let me know." And then I went home, and like within those 30 days, I popped out like 10 songs and showed up with like a 35-minute set. And we had to cut the set down.
That's smooth.
And I played a show, and it went well. And then the second show we played, I really promoted it because I was really excited about, felt good on the stage, everything. And then we had like 180 people there, and it was like at the end of our last song that we did, because I have a hype man and everything. At the end of our last song, they were chanting. They were like, "Tiger, Tiger, Tiger,"
oh, that's
and like,
great.
yeah, and I got it all on video too. So like, I'm gonna take that later and like mix that into a song, into a track, But that was like the moment where I was like, I think I could do this.
That's dope. So like when you're on stage, like you're like doing what you do and all that, like how much adrenaline, like as soon as like everything's like kind of set in motion, all the energy's there, like how much adrenaline do you feel, and like how do you either contain that or let it go in a controlled manner, if you do at all?
Man, I black out. like for real. Like I was talking about that first and second shows I played. Watching myself, I was like, oh, I look like a mess up there, man. Like nothing's controlled. It's just like raw emotion, and basically just watching myself and watching who I look up to. I watch like Run DMC and Beastie Boys videos, and like Machine Gun Kelly's one of my favorites, and Nas, and just watching other people. Tupac is one of the guys that like right now I'm trying to see if I can get a few moves from, but as far as like the adrenaline and everything, man, it's really tough. It's really you're doing two things the whole time. You're delivering your lines. You're conscious of how you're delivering them, and you're conscious of being a presence, a performer. Because a lot of guys can get on the mic and sound good, and they can go in the studio and sound good, but if you don't put on a good show, nobody's going to come watch you.
Right.
And it's all about, to me, it's all about being a performer, and it's really hard to do, man. I've been in theater, and I minored in acting, so I got I got a background in performing, and so that helps out a lot.
So
little
like
tricks like that.
Pretty much perfect in what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a lot of time and effort. Like you really have to watch yourself on video and see like where you're messing up at, and what looks cool and what doesn't, and there's a lot. People don't understand how much goes into being a stage performer of any sort, like any kind of band or anything.
Yeah, you are good. Let me just say that because I seen him at the Blue Fugue on open mic night, and you are awesome. Like for real, I was all up into your music. It's different. Like it's different like hell. I'm like, it's different, exciting. Get the people up on their feet.
Yeah,
and you give your all, and I can see that on stage. Like that is that where you get that performing arts thing from?
Yeah,
on
yeah.
stage, your presence and everything.
Yeah, and a lot of it comes from the audience too. Like you gotta be feeling the crowd too. There'll be times when I'll play an open mic and there's nobody there. Yeah. And I feel good. I feel, oh, it was good. But there'll be nights when there's a lot of people there and I didn't perform well, but it was a better show. Yeah. Because, you know, the audience gives you so much feedback. And if you give them energy, they just bounce it right back to you. Right. And it's all about that relationship between performer and audience member. Right. And being, you know, going to concerts all the time, just, you know, the passion that I have for music, I understand that. Right. At least I feel like I do. And so what I want as an audience member, I try to give that to my audience as a performer.
Who do you said Machine Gun Kelly. Who else you respect in the game right now? In the rap game?
In the rap game right now? Oh, man. XV.
I'll have one more question after your answer. Okay. Or an explanation of answer.
Okay. XV. Are you guys familiar with XV?
Yeah.
I love him, man. He does his own thing, and he talks about his, you know, everything that he wants to talk about. And I respect him so much. He gives me so much inspiration for being an individual and doing what you want to do, because people think you got to fit this mold. And I don't believe in fitting a mold to become something. I don't believe in that. You know, man, so many people are copycats now, especially with hip hop. Yeah. And like, honest to God, I didn't even want to wear a tank top when I came in here, because like, you go on YouTube and it's like all these kids wearing like tank tops and backward snapbacks, and I wore a tank top because it was hot out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, a lot of people don't think like that just because, you know, you're wearing a tank top, you're copying another artist. Yeah. I don't think like that because I just dress how I feel.
I was just saying yesterday on Facebook that I feel like the golden age of hip hop was like the mid to late 90s, and right now we're in kind of like a Renaissance/Silver Age, because like you have like a lot of new fresh young talent coming up. And that leads me to my next question. Of the freshman class of rappers, excluding yourself, because I'm pretty sure you're going to say yourself is the best, or you're going to be your favorite, but like out of people like Chicago's Chance the Rapper, Vic Mensa, or New York's Action Bronson, or like people from like Odd Future, Tyler the Creator, out of those like freshman group, who's your favorite right now? If you had to pick one.
It's hard to say. I really like Action Bronson. It's funny that you mentioned him. He's got this weird thing about him, you know? Yeah. And he just sounds like he's just shouting as loud as he can on the mic, and he brings that energy and these off the wall lyrics with a flow. But I'd have to say, hands down, like freshman class, I don't even know if you'd still consider MGK freshman class.
I would,
But that dude, he's got more heart and passion than any other artist I've seen, and you can see it and feel it through his music. And I look up to him because he's so real about everything, and he just like he just cuts his heart open and lets it bleed through a pen onto the paper, and that reads, and that's what attracts me. That's why I like his music, is because it grabs me and
that's what's up.
It moves me.
That's what's up. Who you don't like? I have to ask the questions for the listeners. Who you don't like?
Odd Future, all of Odd Future, man.
Oh, really?
You don't like Future?
I can't like him because
I don't like him either, for real. Some songs are good, but the others are like bad taste.
Actually, a couple years ago, I didn't like him, but I
do not look like him.
And I didn't like him a couple years ago.
Somebody said I did. I was like, I don't look like him. I look like DJ Lil, right?
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like a couple years ago, I didn't like him, but I read an article by Killer Mike, and I kind of, I'm not going to get into the article right now, but after that, I kind of listened to him differently, and I kind of think they're all right.
And it's one of those things where like I haven't heard a whole lot from him, but I just don't like them. Now, I'm not dissing them as MCs, because an MC is an MC, and they're out there doing it. And, I listen to their delivery and everything, and I respect them. I just don't like their content. Right. Like, it just doesn't grab me.
Right.
I got you.
This song that we about to play from you, Calvin Tiger. I like saying that, especially when I host open mic night at the Blue Pew.
Calvin
When I heard Calvin Tiger, I'm like, Calvin Tiger. Okay, I'm cheesy.
It's all good, man.
Orange and Teal.
Yeah.
Describe this song a little bit before we play it.
Basically, Orange and Teal, in this song, I'm using colors to describe a personality. So in it, you'll hear me say, orange is big, it's bright, it's loud and overzealous.
Wait. Don't get...
I'm just saying. Okay, basically, it's about me and a girl.
Go ahead now.
It's about me and a girl. I am orange, and she is teal, because that's like my favorite color palette. I come from like the movie background industry, and we deal with a lot of color palettes. Orange and teal are my two favorite colors together. And I got this whole big long story about how I came up with it. I'm not sure if we have enough time for it, but
we'll talk about it after we play it. Also, guys, we're about to play Orange Until by Calvin Tiger. I'm about to get that started right now. If you want to give a shout out, go ahead and dial these digits, 573-882-8262. And don't forget, we do have ticket giveaways to go see Lord Haran. Yes, in person.
In person.
If you want to.
Call the studio, please.
Yes. 573-882-8262. And that concert is July 31st. We have tickets to give away to the first, third, and fifth caller. And we have t-shirts too.
Right.
If you call first, third, fifth caller, you'll get a t-shirt and a ticket.
I'll throw in a Calvin Tiger hat. Calvin Tiger snapback for whoever calls up.
Go ahead and play Calvin Tiger, Orange Until. And you are listening to the Riot Music Show only on KCOU 88.1 FM.
To say to you, I want to thank you for showing me a good time and helping me find myself again, being trustworthy and being my best friend. I want to thank you for listening when I needed
Caller, can you hear us?
Caller,
can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, there we go. Well, this is a hot man show. Sean Overly just won him some tickets. Well, a ticket to go see Lord Haran in person at Mojo's. That's what's up. You want to give a shout out? Go ahead, give a shout out, my man.
Just want to give a shout out to DJ Lil Love on KCOU. Thanks so much for the free ticket.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You want to give a shout out to Calvin Tiger, rap artist Calvin Tiger is in the building.
I missed your call because I was trying to get these free tickets, so I'll definitely have to check you out another time.
Hey man, you can follow me on Twitter or find me on Facebook, Calvin_Tiger on Twitter, Facebook. It's just Calvin Tiger.
Sounds good. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Sean, and enjoy the concert on July 31st at Mojo's Lord Haran.
August Eve.
Yes. What?
Yes.
August
Thanks
Eve.
so much.
All right, now.
No problem. You take care.
Bye.
Yay.
I love when people win on our show.
I know, right? Me
but
too.
then again, when you listen to our show, you win automatically.
Right?
I mean, I'm just sitting over here winning like the whole time. I'm a winner, man.
I know, right? We're back with the Riot Music Show. Well, we been back. Been back. And we have Calvin Tiger, rap artist Calvin Tiger, with us on the Riot Music Show.
What up?
Who I'm now following on Twitter.
Yes. I'm
There
already
you go.
following him. He's following me. I follow him.
Yeah.
You know, we already had that exchange like, what, a month ago?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Somewhere there.
All right, I have another question for you too about your writing process. I don't know. I can't even hear myself. Yeah.
I can hear you.
I will use two mics and cheat. Anyway.
There you go. There you go.
About your writing process, like I guess how do you go about the process of writing? So, like I know some people can just sit down and just start writing. Some people have to like take breaks. Other people just like write a line a day and then just come back to it whenever. So how do you work it?
Every song has been different, to be honest. Some songs have just, fell out of my head, and within 3 hours I got some gold that I'm proud of. Other songs have taken me weeks. I'll start a song and then I run out of juice and then come back a month later or so and something hits me and then I just go straight to the pen and pad and knock one out, and it pretty much goes like that.
Yeah, that's what's up. Because, I took a creative writing in high school, and I'm one of those people, like, I will write something down and then, like, look at it and be like, this is crap, and then just want to, like, rip it up and destroy it. And,
I mean, that definitely happens, too.
And then
that happens a lot.
And then there are other times where I'll write something down, like, how the hell did I write perfection in just, like, one sitting?
Yeah.
So it's pretty... Sometimes I can impress myself. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself that great of a writer anyway.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, though, is for sure. I never use a first draft. I always work it, rework it, make sure everything's picture perfect, keep on rhyming however I want to do it.
Yes, actually, you ever heard of the book Bird by Anne Lamott?
No, I haven't heard that.
It's a book we read in my creative writing class. Basically, the first chapter is called Crappy First Drafts, but in a not-so-friendly manner.
Oh, yeah.
And basically just about, like, whenever, when a lot of people write, you're going to hate the first draft, but you just go through it because, it's just a first draft and nobody has to see it except for you and all that. So
yeah.
I thought that was kind of interesting. I was kind of stuck with me.
There's always, like, the first draft that you're just like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I don't even like this at all. But then, like, you work with it, and so, I mean, I got, like, probably 70 pages of notes on my phone worth, I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
I could just scroll through for, like, hours. I've got so much stuff written down, but it's all, unrecorded, haven't found a beat that fits perfect. They're fragmented ideas. Sometimes, and I'll go back and find those fragments and add those into songs. Or like, there was this one time I wrote, I did a collab with this other guy. Shout out Young Prodigy out in St. Louis.
What's up?
We did a song together, and he wanted me to do a verse. Well, I cut a song into a verse, and that was challenging because it basically.
Wait, what do you mean you cut a song into a verse?
I had a whole song written, and he wanted me to do a verse on this song, and so like I just took pretty much the best parts of that song, and it was a story, but I had to like make it work together, and put it all together, and cut it down into I don't even know how many. It was like 32 maybe or 48.
Wow.
And cut it. It was like I think it was like I usually write about 74 for each song.
So you had to really condense this one down.
Yeah. Wow. I cut it down into 16, and it was
amazing.
It was difficult, but it turned out to be an awesome track. And that one's like basically just in the mastering stage. We're just waiting to put it up online for the most part. We're gonna get a video out for that, everything. So.
All right, cool. Another question before we get into the next song of yours, 4-3 word rhyme. Is that the one you're gonna rap over, or?
Yeah.
All right, so before we get into that one, just a quick question about your production. Like, how do you go about the production process, and how long until something is perfect to you, or is nothing ever perfect? You just kind of settle for whatever you have.
Basically, I'll write a song, or I'll have a song written, and then I'll find an instrumental. Usually, I find the instrumental, then I put the song to it, because I let the music dictate what goes on it. But after I do that, then I'll make a rough copy. It's just something I can memorize it to. You know what I'm saying? Like just on my laptop, I got like a little 220 CAD condenser mic, USB from my MacBook, and I'll just do a rough draft. Listen to it about 150,000 times, get it memorized, then go to the open mics and just perform it live. And then usually I'm not comfortable recording an actual copy of it until I've had it done for like 3 or 4 months at the minimum, because it's got to be second nature before I go on the mic and like put something down permanently.
I'm glad you said that, because with that, some of these artists, around Columbia, was asking me, well, can I have my words on like a teleprompter or whatever? I'm like, what? You're not Jay-Z, you're not Kanye West. Like, I like when you say you memorize your stuff, because you want your stuff, you want your stuff to be perfection. And what if it's not a teleprompter like that? Not to put nobody under the bus, but I hate when they say that to me, being the host at open mic at the Blue Fugue, and they always say like, other artists be like, oh, can I just have, no. Memorize it and come perform it like Calvin Tiger does.
Well, that brings us back to what we were talking about earlier about being a performer. You're doing two things at once. You're conscious of like everything you're delivering, everything you're saying, and you're looking at people. You can't read your lyrics and perform at the same time. And being an MC, it stands for Master of Ceremonies, but I think it stands for Master of the Crowd. And so you got to be able to command the crowd. And that's what I think like you got to be able to do. And you can't do that when you're reading your lyrics. You just wrote.
Okay. Oh, okay. Right. I like what you just said about that. And now we have a caller, a shout out on the line.
Yo, what up?
Go ahead and give your shout out.
Hey, I like to give a shout out to my family and friends. And you and everybody at the little radio station doing y'all thing.
That's what's up. Y'all. Who is this? Is this my twin?
You know it is.
Hey, this is like my actual biological twin sister. Hi.
Hey.
Thank you for listening to the Riot Music Show with your boy DJ Lil Love and DJ Big Swoop and guest star rapper artist Calvin Tiger. Yeah,
I'm gonna start putting like
he's
these
not
growls.
The next Eminem.
Absolutely not. That dude's
no.
great.
He's the next Calvin Tiger.
Right, he's the next Calvin Tiger.